Hello everybody, and thank you for your attention. Since my speaking topic is related to social media, I would like to begin by conducting a quick social experiment. If you could all participate, I would greatly appreciate it. How many of you sitting in this room have a website and/or social media presence? By a show of hands. Okay, a decent number of you. Now, out of those of you that do have a website and/or social media presence, how many of you believe that your digital presence has been creatively designed, has innovative functionality, is updated frequently with relative content, and reaches your target audience? By a show of hands. Okay, a lot less of you. I have one last question for the room. How many of you would do business with an insurance company, a custodian, or any other type of investment firm that does not offer you and your clients a functional website, relative content delivery, and a professional digital presence? By a show of hands. Okay, pretty much none of you. This is always an interesting experiment for me to conduct with financial advisors, because most of them believe that a quality digital platform is important for a professional image in this day and age. However, most of them would also agree that their own websites and/or social media presence is amateur at best. This represents a great disconnect in what advisors feel is important and what advisors work on developing. A study published by American Century Investments, surveying more than 300 financial and registered investment advisors, found that almost half of the advisors reported an increase in business production up to and above $5 million directly as a result of social media marketing. The study highlights how more and more advisors are unlocking the power of social media and using it to their advantage to have a significant impact on their business and practice. However, according to the same survey, there was an increase of only 3% in the number of advisors utilizing social media this year from the previous year. This shows us that advisors are still slow in integrating social media into their marketing plan. Here's something interesting for all of you to think about regarding technology and social media. I'm going to quote one of the most innovative people in our country, Steve Jobs. But instead of quoting him directly, I'm going to quote one of the actors that played him in a movie. After all, I'm from Hollywood, so for us, movies are like reality. The quote is regarding one of Apple's most successful products, the iPod. When Ashton Kutcher played Steve Jobs in the movie Jobs, he described the device as, quote, a tool for the heart. And when you can touch someone's heart, that's limitless. I know that many of you don't think of Facebook as a tool for the heart. Most of you probably don't associate a YouTube channel as a method of touching someone. However, I would like to tell you a personal story that may make you change your mind. I have a 3-year-old niece. Her name is Shaden, and she is extremely cute. As a very family-oriented person, I try to spend as much time with her as possible. And during one of our play dates together, she came to me and said, Uncle Ashi, by the way, that's what she calls me, let's play Tea Party. I had never seen her do this, so my response was, of course. She grabbed her iPad. By the way, I still think it's odd that a 3-year-old girl has her own iPad, but I guess that's becoming the norm. She then proceeded to open a Tea Party app that displayed some teacups that you could fill using a digital teapot and pretend to drink those teacups using the touchscreen. I was very disappointed by this digital experience, which reminded me of a much more real, heartfelt experience I remember having in my own childhood, an actual tea party. At this point, I probably revealed more of my disappointment than I should have with a 3-year-old, but I couldn't help myself. I said, what the heck is this? Is this how kids play Tea Party these days? Shaden innocently looked up at me and said, Uncle Ashi, how did you do Tea Party when you were little? This is the point when digital media touched both of our hearts. I immediately typed in Kids Tea Party in her Google on her iPad. And at that point, we were directed to a wonderful video search of some children having an actual tea party with their friends. My niece got extremely excited, and her excitement led to my own excitement. And when I saw that the company that posted the YouTube video also sold ornate children's tea sets, I quickly clicked on the link and purchased the set. Here's where the story gets funny. When the tea set arrived, Shaden was spending the day with her father, my brother-in-law, since her mother, my sister, was out of the house. She came to her father and said, "Daddy, can we play real tea party?" She then took her new teacups to the back of the house, filled them with water, and carefully brought them out to the front of the house, where her and her father sat there and proceeded to sip the water. I think she had done this 2 or 3 more times before my sister finally came home, and my brother-in-law turned to my sister and said, "Honey, you have to see what Shaden is doing. It's the cutest thing I have ever seen." He then turned to Shaden and said, "Let's play tea party one more time." She went to the back of the house, came back with the 2 little teacups filled with water, and they sat there and they proceeded to sip the water. My brother-in-law looked at my sister and my sister had a look of disgust on her face. He said, "What's wrong, honey? Don't you think this is the cutest thing that you've ever seen Shaden do?" And my sister very astutely responded, "Shaden is this tall. Where do you think she's getting the water from?" All of a sudden, my brother-in-law realized that she'd been getting the water from the toilet the entire time. Now, this is the interesting part. This all started from a tea party application that led us for searching for a real tea party video on YouTube, that then led us to making a purchase of a children's tea set on Amazon that led to one of the funniest family stories we have to date. So, while I hated that tea party app, this digital interaction truly touched our family's heart. That's amazing. But on top of that, I didn't look for the tea set I bought or shop for a cheaper tea set somewhere else. Why? Because at that point, my heart was already touched. Think of the power of that. Hopefully you now understand the importance of touching your audience. Now the question is, how do we effectively and efficiently touch our audience digitally? I believe this is accomplished by focusing on 5 areas in regards to electronic media. Number 1, creating and designing the platform. The first step is creating and designing a digital platform in order to reach your audience beyond a phone number or just an email. I believe that advisors should be involved in this stage intensively to ensure that the culture and DNA of their firm is instilled in their websites and social media. While professional designers and programmers should be utilized, the advisor's interaction is integral in this stage of the process. Number 2, relative content creation. Once the digital platform is designed, the next step is proactively creating new content that is relative to the target demographic and educational. While advisors should be involved in creating topic concepts, we believe that the copy work should be done by a professional resource. Constantly developing new content can be a full-time job, and the advisor is supposed to be focusing the bulk of their time working with clients. Number 3, content delivery and updates. At this point, a content delivery system should be initialized that handles automatic updates to websites and social media, but also allows two-way communication. The content delivery should be completely automated, or at the very least involve very minimal advisor interaction, and instead have the advisor or their staff involved in responding to comments or questions to develop a deeper relationship with their clients. Number 4, branding the digital platform. Utilizing and branding the digital presence is important in developing credibility for the advisor or the advisory firm. This is done primarily through public relation campaigns that are strategically delivered to the target demographic through various mediums, such as print materials, television, radio, and search engine optimization. Number 5, monetizing the platform. Making digital marketing turn into actual business has always been difficult in the financial advisory industry. However, the tides are shifting. We are starting to see actual monetization of digital marketing in different formats, such as seminars that drive attendees from Facebook, YouTube channels that serve the same purpose as a radio show, and CPA partnership alliances created through digital media publications. By focusing on these 5 areas, an advisor can easily create and maintain a high-level digital presence that actually touches the intended audience. These days, it isn't enough to just have a website for your business. Your digital storefront extends to social media marketing sites. We have had tremendous results due to our social media marketing. In fact, we had one of our clients share an article that was automatically generated on our Facebook page regarding tax strategies. They shared it on their own personal page, and a friend of theirs had the opportunity to read it. From there, that friend went on to visit our Facebook page, click on our website link, and proceeded to contact one of our staff members for an appointment, and they are now a valued client of ours. Here's my advice to everybody in the room. Seek professional help. While you may be phenomenal financial advisors, managing and developing your social media presence is a very competitive and creative task. Do not let this distract you from your clients. I'd be happy to share with you some of the resources we've used at our company to design and maintain an effective digital presence. I would like to thank all of you for your time and attention today, and I expect to be receiving hundreds of new Facebook and LinkedIn connection requests. Thank you.